Alright, folks. Welcome to JG adjusts his microphone. Welcome to Let's Play Starcraft Brood War. I'm the mysterious JG. Oh, that sound is too loud. Oh god. Alright. Okay, that's a little better. Very professional start to this video. It's Let's Play Brood War, and it is the final mission of the Terran campaign. Still not certain whether my computer is going to be shipped off to have the screen fixed for reals this time, because I specifically told the tech guys don't call me during the day. You know, I have to be called during the evening, or I get an email. Then I end up because I can't take these calls at work, and I have to leave my phone outside, and I see missed calls from HP, and yeah. Did end up talking to somebody. This may or may not be fixed. If I have to send this thing off to get it fixed, then most likely I will, depending on the timing, I might just finish the Terran campaign and stop for a bit. And then, I guess if we have to have another gap before I'm able to record again, it makes sense to just finish the Terran campaign, see the Terran ending, and then when I get my computer back and everything's all hunky-dory, finish the Zerg campaign. Don't know for sure. We'll see. But this is the last mission of the Terran campaign. Let's do a quick plot recap. The Protoss escaped from Ire, even though it seemed like they'd won the tough battle and beaten the Overmind and should have been able to slowly retake their planet. But apparently not. Apparently the Zerg had more forces on Ire than we realized. So they escaped to the dunes of Shakuras, the planet of the Dark Templar. And found out basically that the Zerg were there too. And they decided they wanted to get some fancy pants crystals. They found out there was like this Zelnaga temple, and hold on, it had fancy Zelnaga power, but only if they were able to use fancy Zelnaga crystals on it. So they went to a couple of places, beat up on some Terrans on an ice planet, had an unexpected encounter with the UED, who I don't know why they introduced the UED halfway through the Protoss campaign and then bring them in like they're this new thing for the Terran campaign. But they fought on Char. They got these two crystals. They came back to Shakuras, where Judicator Aldaris was like, no. Oh, I forgot to mention, the reason they are going after these crystals is because Kerrigan told them where to get these crystals, and wanted to help them get these crystals to eliminate the Zerg on Shakuras. Because Kerrigan, claiming now to be free of the evil taint of the Overmind, is her own woman, even if that woman is infested Zerg Terran hybrid. So we come back, and Judicator Aldaris is like, no, you guys are evil. Because you're working with Kerrigan and she's evil, therefore you're equal. For all future codec transmission, we will be changing to a frequency found on the instruction manual. And, yes. So we had to kill Aldaris, or rather we captured him and cornered him, and we were going to get him to tell us what was going on. But Kerrigan landed in an Overlord with some lurkers and killed him. And then she laughed at it. Like, we told her, this alliance is over. And she laughed at us and says, you fools, I already have what I want from you. And we just let her leave, whatever. Because we have to do the countdown mission where we take over the Zerg temple again and set up the crystals in their proper place and defend the temple until its powers can line up and we wiped out all the Zerg on Shakuras. Then we did the Terran campaign, where we show up. We are the United Earth Directorate, and we're here to destroy the Terran Dominion of Minsk. Basically, we're trying to establish one political hegemony under whatever fascist state runs Earth in the future. So we beat up on the Terrans a lot at first, but we also go to Tarsonis and fight some Zerg to find the Psi Disruptor. Oh, and although we have two Terran guys, Dougal and who is like this admiral who's kind of vaguely French, or maybe he's English. But his vice admiral, Alexei Stukov, is some kind of Eastern European dude. And they find a guy named Duran who's kind of swarthy, and he says he's been fighting the Dominion and he will be happy to join them and help them. And when we get to Tarsonis, he convinces Admiral Dougal to destroy the Side Disruptor, even though Alexi's like, clearly we want this thing because our true mission is to enslave the new Zerg Overmind and use the Zerg as a weapon for ourselves, which is their mission. They're not really super stand-up great guys. But, you know, Dougal, for no particular reason, decides to trust Duran instead of his own dude. And then we do a couple of missions worth of fighting Minsk. Minsk is, for reasons we still really don't understand, rescued from the UED by Jungle Jim Raynor and his Protoss friends. So we have a mission where we go to the planet Ire, which the Terrans aren't even supposed to know where that is, and we fight a bunch of Protoss and Zerg in an attempt to get Minsk, but Minsk manages to escape again, this time because Duran Duran abandons his position in like some larger strategic. We're looking at like the tactical situation in one area, but apparently there's a larger strategic thing at play where Duran had forces that were protecting your flank, but they're out of position, and he's like, "Oh, get in here, pass through it." So we're now all suspicious of Duran, but in the last mission, Duran is sent to stop Alexei because Alexei is apparently going to do. He's kept the Side Disruptor even though he was ordered to destroy it, and Duran is sent to go find him and find out what's going on. But Duran then kills him and disappears, and it turns out Duran's evil and Alexei was a good guy all along. And Duran has disappeared, and we don't really know what the hell's going on, except that now there's only one human character left, and that's Admiral Dougal. And they didn't get Minsk. They didn't get this. They did keep the Side Disruptor, though, and now they're going to... God, this is going on forever. Sorry, but we're finally ready to begin the mission, the next mission, after we've recovered the Side Disruptor. One of our dudes has been killed, another one of our dudes has betrayed us, but we still have to press on and accomplish what the true purpose of the United Earth Directorate mission in the sector all along. To chain the beast, enslave the Zerg, to become weapons of the Terrans. And of course, considering that the Zerg episode is the final episode, I would imagine that this will not be the status quo at the end of all of this, but right now our mission is to chain the beast. To chain the beast, UED flagship Alexander. Oh, so that's a ship, not a dude. Low orbit over the planet Char.
Captain, with the Side Disruptor's signal hampering the Zerg's communications to one another,
I have no one to talk to, but this
Char
weird
have scattered in disarray, allowing the fleet to penetrate
chick with
to the planet's
pipes
surface.
sticking out of her head now.
However, there
it's very
is still
sad.
a considerable number of defenders nestled around the fledgling Overmind.
Alexei was right. The disruptor is the key to victory here.
You should never have betrayed him for no reason.
If I had destroyed the machine as Duran suggested, we would never have made it this far. Nevertheless, the time is upon us, Captain, to do what we came here for. We will claim the Overmind in the name of humanity.
On behalf of the moon, we'll
Be
punish
advised,
it.
Captain. Our sensors have identified 3 Cerebrates who constitute the core of the Overmind's defenses. Each Cerebrate's distinct capabilities are still unknown, so proceed with extreme caution.
Launch your forces, and let not a Zerg survive. Once you have reached the Overmind and crushed its defenders, you are to send in specially trained medics who will pacify the creature with potent neurostim drugs. Only then will our victory
And
be assured.
kill all the Zerg.
And Captain,
So there'll be none left to work for us.
Duran is still out there somewhere. I'd venture a guess that his treachery has only just begun.
Yeah, well, we know how clued in
Be
you
careful,
are.
and good luck. I am sure that this will be our finest hour.
Because we'll be, you know, the computer will be controlling us when the player takes over as the Zerg later, and the Zerg will presumably beat us, or else they get game over. So, you know, from now on, we're pretty much going to lose every fight we're in. Anyway, yeah, there are 3 unique, 3 Cerebrates with special unique abilities, strengths and weaknesses. 3 Cerebrates surrounding this Overmind. You know, I apologize. Grimmeth could probably tell you their in their names and their histories and their, you know, their turn-ons and turn-offs and stuff. I don't really know them that well, these cerebrates. But we're all going to find out together what's going on as we... and once again, Brood War's plot and story is just all over the frickin' map, going to places where it should be a big frickin' deal to go there, and they just go there on a whim, like, let's have a mission where we are on Ire trying to capture Minsk, and, like, the humans have never been to Ire before. You know, again, except for Raynor and his group, who were traveling with the Protoss, the Terrans do not know where Ire is, but now all of a sudden they do. Starcraft 2, I don't want to give away too much of the story, it's a big frickin' deal going to Char. I mean, attacking Char is considered a suicide mission. There's, like, no return from committing to attack Char. This game, they're just like, alright, we're going to go to Char now. Just like, we have no missions where we fight the Zerg and soften them up. I guess they said the Psi Disruptor allowed us to get there. But, yeah. We'll just kind of show up on Char, land next to the Overmind, and we got to fight a battle to actually win. It'll be a tough one, though, folks. Block entrances to your bases with bunkers and supply depots to slow down invading enemy units. This is actually going to be a pretty damn tough mission. The big thing here is going to be that I have to survive at the beginning, and that's not going to be that easy.
Base is under attack.
Sir, these sunken colonies aren't being affected by anything we hit them with. I'll bet there's one of those cerebrate critters pumping it full of energy nearby. Standing by. Give me something to shoot. Commander.
Oh, oops, I didn't activate the, yeah.
Let's move. Outstanding. Standing by. Let's move.
So this map's a little weird. You start out with, there are enemy sunken colonies, which you see they don't have hit points. They're invincible.
Jacked up and good to
There
go.
are sunken colonies you can't destroy. You start off with 2 resource patches.
Outstanding.
They're connected by kind of a little bridge. Oh man, this mission.
Orders, Captain?
This is gonna be kind of tough to start out with. How do I usually do it?
SCV good to go, sir.
You can kind of put bunkers.
I read you.
Oh, you guys are here.
Sir. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Yes, sir. Orders received.
Because we're gonna get attacked by some pretty nasty,
SCV good to go, sir.
nasty stuff before this is over.
Yes, sir. Can't build it. Something's in the way. Reporting for duty. SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir.
Basically trying to get something.
Base is under attack.
SCV good to go, sir.
They're coming over this way to start out with, huh?
Did someone page me?
Your forces are under attack.
On my way.
Commander.
Can't build fire bats yet.
Standing by. Let's move. Jacked up and good to go. Outstanding. Give me something to shoot. Outstanding. Yes, sir.
This is a weird mission. We're gonna get attacked by some really unpleasant stuff. And,
Orders, Captain?
you might think it's weird I'm setting up defenses up here. We're going to have to lure the enemy into attacking us up here. We can't cover every single inch. We have to kind of draw it in. Of the factory, I'll need one for sure. I'm gonna need siege tanks.
Job finished. You want a piece of me, yes, boy? Sir. Roger that. Give me something to shoot. Yes, sir. Job finished.
Now, this would be handy. I don't want to build too close to these invincible sunken colonies.
Orders, Captain? You want a piece of me, boy? Commander, let's move. I read you.
And for the first time in a really long time,
SCV good to go, sir.
I'm going to build fire bats. So that's when you know that things are getting kind of crazy.
Job report for duty, boy.
I'm going to try to get siege tanks back here so that anybody who attacks here gets shot and lured up here to fight the siege tanks. And we'll just see what happens.
Reporting for duty.
This,
You want a piece of me, boy?
I mean, I can try and defend it, but I might just have to let it go until a little bit later on.
Yes, sir.
Base is under attack.
Where am I getting attacked? Where's that? Oh.
Job finished.
I'm going to get a...
Reporting for duty. Job's finished. Affirmative.
I'm gonna get going on some fire bats here when I can, too. Mentioned... Yeah, I started talking. I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry, but...
Right away, sir. I read you. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna start building stuff that you wouldn't normally see me... Not an engineering bay. Fire bats, and a strategy that's been recommended before that I don't usually bother to follow, which is trying to wall your bunkers in behind siege supply depots, because supply depots are a low priority target. They tend to confuse attackers, and attackers will waste firepower on them trying to get at the bunkers.
Yes. Job's finished. Let's burn. I read you. Roger that. Orders received. Job's finished. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Need a light? Want to turn up the heat? Job's finished. Yes, sir.
I have an idle... Yeah, you're idle.
Orders received. Need a light? Want to turn up the heat?
I just really hope the first time I get attacked by the thing that I'm so worried about here, I won't get completely overwhelmed and show you immediately why I have cause for concern.
Ready to roll out.
Not enough minerals.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I need to get these guys are just asking to be murdered if I don't develop siege mode.
SCV good to go, go, sir. Orders, Captain?
Upgrade complete.
Yes, sir. SCV good to go, sir. Roger that. Ready to roll out. Orders, sir. Move it.
Base is under
I'm not really being attacked by the guys I was worried about yet.
I read you.
Get there. No, repair. Fuck.
Did someone page me?
Well, that sucks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so apparently I need more firepower up there than I thought. I'm building up defenses against something else.
Reporting for duty. I read you. Reporting for duty.
research complete.
Yes, sir? You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Did someone page me?
Orders, sir! You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? Job finished. Reporting for duty. Job finished. I read you. Commander, go, go, go.
Okay. Still, the big bad thing that I'm worried about hasn't happened yet, if you were wondering.
Roll out. Identify target. Delighted to, sir. Job reporting for duty. You want a piece of me, boy? Yes, sir? Standing by. Outstanding.
Upgrade complete.
Identify target. You want a piece of me, boy?
Not too worried about upgrading anybody's armor just yet. When this thing that I'm so worried about finally shows up, there is no amount of armor upgrading that's going to prevent a Marine from being one-hit killed by it.
Job finished. I read you. Job finished. Reporting for duty.
I don't want him to get killed by a sunken colony, but it's a real possibility. Now this might not have worked so good. I got fire bats in here. They might not be able to yeah, this might not make sense. I sometimes like to build fire bats because there's melee stuff coming, but yeah, they don't really have the range to be effective here.
Yes, sir. Orders, Captain. Roger that. Orders, Captain. Give me something to shoot. Fire it up. Ready to roll out.
Then again, when this thing comes, I think they can shoot through the distance of a supply depot,
Reporting for duty.
and that'll be far enough to There we are, tortured roar. Oh, good grief.
Need a light?
I'm not building any defenses down here. I'm just hoping that I can convince it to attack up here. Because it's a special Zerg hero unit's on its way.
Identify target. Delighted to, sir.
And it's going to mess us up pretty bad.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Right away, sir. Orders received.
Oh, it's coming right down here.
Right away, sir. Job finished. Did I read you?
Kept kind of hoping that it would... Yeah.
Right away, sir.
Sir, we've just had a whole cargo ship full of whoop-ass dumped on us. We ran into a new strain of Ultralisk, and it took a lot of pepper to bring it down. To top it all off, our recon squad reports that the critter's been reincarnated by a nearby Cerebrid, and it's on its way back for more.
I'm really surprised by how well that went, actually. That was exactly what I was afraid of.
Identify target.
That it would hit me down here, but it looks like he's in range. Now, if it comes a little bit lower, then I'm really going to be in trouble. As a matter of fact, I might want to get another siege tank that just hangs out. But yeah, my thing is I just want to drag... If it attacks, I want to drag it up here.
Job's finished. Did I read you?
And in the meantime, those red Hydras and Zergling, I mean, they weren't exactly harmless, but they weren't giving me the kind of conniptions that thing was. That was a very, very uneventful attack. I mean, we really beat it back without a lot of trouble that time, but
Base is under attack.
it's not going to keep happening like that necessarily.
Orders received.
Damn.
Ready to roll out.
Okay, another
Read you.
missile launcher down here might seem to be in order.
Job finished. Reporting for duty.
Destination.
So if it comes up here, just if it comes all the way down here, I want to be in range to hit it. And if it starts coming up after him, it'll come and drawn to the range of these guys, and
Did I read you?
everything should work out.
Roger that.
Because it's coming again. It is coming again.
Destination.
In previous plays, I saved after every single successful defense against it, the terror risk or whatever it's called. If this... Yeah, what I've got right here isn't going to hold at all.
Orders, Captain? Right away, sir. Orders received.
What would I need to hold here? About 3 bunkers, 2 fire bats each here. And some siege tanks behind that would probably do, so I'd need a total of 6 Marines and 6 fire bats. And that thing comes from up in this direction. It can definitely hit this thing and destroy it. In which case it could potentially pop up down here, which would be really bad. I'm hoping it comes this way again.
Need a light. Need a light.
Base is under attack.
Where is it? It's over here. Yeah, getting distracted by buildings like this that aren't really important targets, that's a good thing.
Need a light. Need a light.
I mean, this has actually gone very smoothly.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've never done it quite this way before. I used to build bunkers on the outskirts, Having these supply depots here is really kind of... It confuses it. It sticks with its initial target for a bit.
Want a piece of me, boy?
You know what? Might end up with extra stuff here.
Me, boy. You want a piece of me, boy?
Can I read you? Affirmative.
Destination?
Job
Identify target.
Orders, Captain? Affirmative.
Need a light? Want to turn up the heat? You got it.
Can I read you? Roger that.
I want to bring him over here, but with... Yeah, not that way.
Piece of me, boy.
You need to come this way.
Piece of me, boy. Ready to roll
Base is under attack.
Oh, oops. Yeah, didn't really realize that this was...
Your forces are under attack.
Didn't realize they had a way in that way. Not really that worried about this, but...
Ready to roll out. Jacked up and good to go.
Your forces are under attack.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys were over here.
You got it. You got it.
Okay, so that obviously wasn't ideal.
Reporting for duty.
Didn't really
Yes, sir.
quite
Orders
realize that there's another way in right over here, so we'll need to seal this off.
Yes. You got it.
Ready to roll out.
That was my bad.
Orders, Captain? Can I read you?
Might get some SCVs stuck on the wrong side of that thing. I hope not. I do need to get, and the rarely seen orange guys.
Ready to roll out.
Job's finished. Reporting for duty.
Base is under attack.
Yes.
A radiate will eventually be very useful against this guy when I get science vessels.
Destination.
Really came close to killing that
Right away, sir.
tank there.
Give me something to shoot. Standing by. Go, go, go. Give me something to shoot. Ready to roll out.
Fire it up. Yes. Let's burn.
Okay, so not exactly a flawless run, but
You want a piece of me, boy?
we're still alive.
Standing by. Let's move.
Oh, I hate you guys so much.
Orders received.
Piece of me, boy. Destination. Absolutely. Orders, sir! Yes, sir! Absolutely!
See, I just can't seem to get started, you know what I mean?
Give me something to shoot. Go, go, go!
Where does it hurt?
Orders, Captain?
Ready to roll out!
Base is under attack.
I don't care all that much about this one.
Orders, Captain?
Suppose I might as well try to repair it. It can potentially, after all, distract that big screamy guy. Doom Screamy's big cousin.
Jacked up and good to go. Rock and roll.
Reporting for duty. Right away, sir. Reporting for duty. Right away, sir.
I had plans to build
Up and good to go.
bunkers over here at this second resource area, and I can't.
Your forces are under attack.
Alright, well that time that siege tank was not getting out of there alive. Maybe the fire bats in there weren't such a good idea.
Yes, sir.
Base is under attack.
Roger that. Orders, Captain? Roger that.
Okay. Fire bats are useful against that terrorist thing if it gets in close, but it's not getting in close, which is which is good. I'm not complaining about that, but
Destination? Move it! Yes, sir! Proceed!
Yes. Slamming.
Orders, Captain?
yeah. All right, so
Orders, Captain?
let's get some stuff built for long-term efforts to win this thing.
Roger that. Job's finished. Reporting for duty.
Want to turn up the heat? Yes.
Oh, this already has dudes in it.
You got my attention.
Standing by.
Want to turn up the heat?
Okay, so
Destination?
we've got the red Zerg have invincible sunken colonies.
Read you.
The brown Zerg have the ability to continuously respawn a super pumped up
Reporting for duty.
version of the
Piece of me, boy.
Ultralisk. And we don't know what the orange guys have that's special, but they're like, you know, no,
Base is
they're
under
not
attack.
Destination?
dead certainly yet.
Yes.
Job's finished. Orders, Captain? Job's finished.
Orders getting, job finished, orders getting, job finished. Sorry,
Shoot.
got into a little loop there.
Reporting for duty.
Upgrading ship weapons. We're going to need maxed out ships eventually, folks. That is going to be our focus. Oh, we're running out of gas because I never rebuilt the refinery. Yeah, that would be something we'd want
Need medical attention?
to get rebuilt.
Stat. State the nature of your medical emergency.
Give me something to shoot. Let's move. Destination? Identify target. Destination? Absolutely. Yes, sir.
I read you.
Oh no! Oh no!
Roger that. Job's finished.
He's not going that way anyway. Alright, well, he's coming this way.
Base is under attack.
Orders received.
What am I doing? I'm not going to be able to save this.
Orders, Captain.
Oh, I might be able to save it. Threw away an SCV, but
Job's finished.
Standing by. Rock and roll.
I read you.
he's going to get killed by that sunken colony, isn't he? Maybe not. Okay. So yeah, actually this isn't going too bad. The fire bats up here aren't really being that useful, but yeah, I'm playing around with different things, you know.
Reporting for duty. Affirmative. Reporting for duty. Affirmative. Orders, Captain. Roger that. Finished.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay, so he was not able to get out of there. But we've got something which might be able to hold against that souped up Ultralisk can attack us here. He just hasn't done it yet.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I read you.
Damn.
SCV good to go, sir.
Okay, I was afraid of that. Gonna have to reposition those guys a bit. They're in the way.
Identify target.
Guardian! Oh, that's just obnoxious. What have I got to stop? I don't have anything to fight Guardians with, really.
Upgrade complete.
Ah, alright, well I need to
Base is under attack.
respond to this. I can't just hang around. Oh, crap. This is not good.
Orders, Captain. Roger that. Orders received. Affirmative. I read you. Yes, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Go, sir.
Base is under attack.
Just getting hit kind of a lot of places at once here.
Identify target.
Fire it up.
Orders, Captain.
Identify target.
Now, if he gets seen by anybody, he's going to get killed, but...
I read you. Job's finished. Reporting for duty.
Oh, come on! Give me a chance!
Orders received. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Identify
Okay, good.
target.
SCV good to go, sir. Right away, sir. Reporting for duty. Right away, sir.
Need to get a science
Orders, Captain?
facility.
SCV good to go, sir. I read you.
Trying to get 2 B-Sorts collection patches going at once for
Yes, sir.
reasons that should be fairly obvious.
SCV good to go, sir. Job's finished.
Yes, sir! Orders, sir!
Orders, Captain? Right away, sir.
Identify target!
Orders, Captain?
Orders, sir! Identify target!
Okay.
Job's finished. Orders, Captain? Reporting for duty.
Alright. Oh, I need to get a new bunker built. I did get new Marines, but they never got brought over here, so...
Add-on complete.
Jacked up and good to
Add-on
go.
complete.
Rock and roll.
Add-on complete.
Are there idle SCVs? No.
Orders, sir!
Yeah, it took him 3 hits to kill that siege tank, so...
Job's finished. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
You got my attention, Commander.
Job's finished.
Rock and roll.
Orders, Captain? Yes, sir.
Identify target.
I read you.
Now, just in case Guardians show up, they're not going to be the main force or anything, but let's get just... You know, if it really is just for Wraiths or Guardians, I could build... Yeah, Valkyries are expensive.
Destination. Delighted to, sir.
Job's finished. Yes, sir.
Damn you guys.
Orders, sir.
Reporting for duty.
Identify target.
Your forces are under attack.
Orders, sir. Commander.
Almost. Means I gotta replace those 2 Marines now.
Awaiting launch orders. Transmit coordinates.
Upgrade complete.
Standing by. Transmit coordinates. Attack formation. Destination.
Not really having a lot of time to relax and sort of set myself here.
Reporting in. Coordinates received. Roger. Coordinates received.
Yes, sir.
Standing by. Rock and roll.
Gonna through my soul, gonna set my soul on fire.
SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain?
Yes, sir. Orders, sir.
Yes, sir. Orders received. SCV good to go, sir. Roger that.
Yeah, so far it hasn't attacked us here, this guy, and I kind of don't see any reason to hope he does.
Give me something to shoot.
SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain?
I think we're better prepared at that other spot. Being said, let's build a science vessel and get a radiate going so that if we see that guy coming far enough in advance, we can throw down a radiate and start depleting his health that way.
Upgrade complete.
SCV good to go, sir. Affirmative.
Standing by.
Upgrade complete.
Interesting.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, get up there. You can salvage that.
Roger that.
Yeah, those fire bats are kind of wasted in there, but still.
Identify target.
You guys may have like 2 kills. Those might both be like hero units, though. So, I don't think they're doing too bad.
Right away, sir.
Go ahead, Commander.
Identify target.
Greetings, Command.
Research complete.
Let's roll.
I don't think they've got anything but sunken colonies here, so.
Excellent. Let's roll.
And after that, for one attack, they came through and messed up all my crap. They haven't been back over here, which is just as well, but. Yeah, it's not that many spells that are really worth using on the Zerg.
Yes, sir. Roger that. Right away, sir.
Orders, sir.
Unable to attack target. It's invincible, you see. Alright, well I don't think we're going to use nukes, so let's just start scouting.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I never closed this gap off. Seems like a no-brainer in retrospect.
Upgrade complete. Add-on complete. Add-on complete.
Okay, so this, yeah, with the 4 Ultralisk caverns around the Cerebrate, that would be where the Super Ultralisk is coming from.
Base is under attack. Your forces are under attack.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Right away, sir. Affirmative.
Oh, they spawned broodling that tank. That's
Go ahead, Commander.
irritating. Meanwhile,
Base is under attack.
this is happening.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade base is under attack.
Let's see something shoot. There's too much stuff happening all at once. Oh wow, it managed to get all the way in here. It destroyed my, what did it destroy? My, academy, I believe. It was right here, and it got wiped out.
Receiving headquarters.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, well,
Your forces are under attack.
where are we under attack at now?
Go ahead, Commander.
Seriously, where are we under attack?
Receiving headquarters.
Upgrade complete.
Yes, sir.
Upgrade complete.
Job's finished. Reporting for duty.
Just trying to make it a little bit more annoying for them to get frickin' queens in here. Okay, so this brown base is up this general direction, of course, but... figure out what the path of least resistance is. They got some air defense. They even got some guardians,
Job's finished.
which are not air defense, but still.
Job right away, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Receiving headquarters. Transmit coordinates. Receiving headquarters.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Transmit orders. Affirmative, sir.
Haven't saved in a while. Let's save. Am I thinking of interesting things to say? Not really. I'm actually having to concentrate here. It's a couple of different AI opponents attacked me at several places at once. It's... wow.
Base is under attack.
Reporting in. Attack formation.
Upgrade complete.
Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Reporting in.
You guys are supposed to be on your way over there. What are you not... why are you not heading over there?
I read you.
Base is under attack.
Reporting in.
Research complete.
He really hates my academy. I'm surprised at
Orders, Captain.
how much damage that thing is not doing, if that makes sense.
Receiving headquarters. Let's roll.
No! You weren't supposed to come after me! Okay.
Let's roll.
Kind of hoping you would kill your friends by being close to them and irradiated and confused.
Transmit
This
orders.
is a huge waste of energy to kill something this weak, but...
Affirmative, sir. Let's roll.
I read you.
So just a couple of Guardians, really a nuisance attack, but I just freak out a bit over Guardians sometimes, folks. I'm sorry. So they've definitely got some anti-air going on. Basically, we need to find the path of least resistance and kill that Cerebrit, though. I believe on these maps where they point out a Cerebrit to you, it usually means taking it out will actually completely
Orders, Captain.
undo some enemy, rather. I hear firing. What?
Base is under attack.
Roger that.
Transmit coordinates.
Reporting for duty. Right away, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
All
Upgrade
crews
complete.
reporting.
Somebody just came and harassed us. I don't know who it was.
Standing by. Standing by.
These raids have been getting kind of busy.
Transmit orders.
Oh yeah, tortured roar, I know. Hey, there's more resources here we could take over. Should be easier to take over once we've destroyed that Cerebrit, but we might need to take this thing over before we can get at the Cerebrit. It looks like it's spawning some nasty stuff. Alright, well I think we've got to the point where we're able to survive. Now it's mostly about building up a force that can actually do the kind of damage we need to do.
Roger that. Can I read you? Right away, sir.
Good day, Commander. Engage. Good day, Commander. All crews reporting.
Reporting for duty. Affirmative.
Base is under attack.
Orders, Captain? Affirmative. Orders, Captain? Roger that.
No, don't go around that way. That'll get you killed by sunken colonies, you goobers.
All
They're
crews
not quite as
reporting.
they're not quite as good as they can be, but they're getting close. Yeah, so if I take this out, I'll have another resource patch. Why'd I scan there? Otherwise, I got to try to fly up here, avoiding as much. See, they got anti-air up here. I'd have to slowly fight my way through. For me, taking out that brown base is the biggest deal. Although, they're not giving me as much trouble as they have in previous playthroughs of this level.
We have you on visual. Let's roll.
I think
Excellent.
mostly because
Commencing.
I did that different strategy using...
Affirmative, sir. Commencing. Let's roll. Excellent.
using the supply depot seems to have worked pretty well.
Excellent.
That's me being a douche. It's not really going to make much of a difference.
Orders, Captain?
How bad were the air defenses over here? They had some of their couple of these Zerg flyers who are supposed to be used against other air. They can be bad news. But I don't think I want to like tailor my force to fighting them either.
Transmission.
Job's finished.
Base is under attack. Upgrade complete.
Battle cruiser operational. Make it happen. Reporting in. Vector locked in.
Orders, Captain? Right away, sir.
Greetings, Command. Commencing.
Can I read you?
Transmit orders. Let's roll. Excellent.
Okay, I can't get in any closer without
Affirmative, sir.
and start radiating shit. Yeah.
Standing by. All crews reporting. Take it slow. Make it happen.
Set a course.
Orders, Captain?
Go ahead, Commander.
I read you. Affirmative. Orders received.
Oh, that's right. Turn him into spawn broodlings. That's...
Go ahead, Commander. Standing by.
not even worth the trouble that they went to do that. Or maybe it was for them. I don't know.
Base is under attack.
Right away, sir.
We have you on visual. Go ahead. Roger. Go ahead. Transmit coordinates. Standing by. Roger. Vector locked in. Transmit coordinates. Vector locked in.
Okay.
Additional supply depots required.
Oh, burger. We still haven't been attacked over here.
Orders,
I
Captain?
mean, not by the
Right away, sir.
Minosaur or whatever the hell it's called.
I read you.
So that screws up my timing. I'm gonna have to wait for a whole bunch of... I'm gonna have those guys building, but then I'll have to wait for the entire length of time it takes to build one more. Well,
All
not
crews
quite.
reporting.
Not quite.
Orders, Captain? Orders received.
Oh, that's the red Cerebrit. I could knock out red. But it's brown is giving me all the trouble, really. See?
Job's finished.
The thing just showed up someplace. Where's he going?
Job's
I don't
finished.
see him. There's more to brown than just that one unit, but boy, it kind of dominates your thinking a bit.
Affirmative. Roger that.
Transmit orders. Affirmative, sir. Excellent.
Sometimes you can see the big giant dude, the souped up Ultralisk, run around by himself on his own, heading for your base, and you can be,
Battle cruiser.
and then you can like irradiate him. It's pretty cool.
Job's finished. I read you. Reporting for duty. Affirmative.
Burning supply depots. Yeah, that was just beautiful. The fire bats really haven't been that useful, but how much do I need out of them?
Read you. Orders, Captain? Job's finished. Yes, sir?
You just about ready to go here? You're on your way. You're on your way.
Hailing
Good.
frequencies open. Engage.
Your forces are under attack.
Transmit orders. Commencing.
Reporting for duty. Job's finished. Yes, sir? received.
Hailing frequencies open.
Yes, sir.
Now, we'll probably lose some of these supply depots in the fullness of time, but, yeah, in a pretty good spot here. One more supply depot, and we've got a fully supplied up army. Not bad. I mean, yeah.
Hailing frequencies open.
What happened to that SCV that I sent to fix him? There he is.
All crews reporting.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Roger that.
Go ahead, Commander. Transmit coordinates.
Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll give us 8 of those. So I'm gonna have some raids backing them up. Wouldn't be a bad idea, I don't think. Where are our forces under attack?
Greetings, Command. Let's roll.
Wherever it is, it's already over. It was probably this
I
SCV.
read you.
Yeah,
Roger that.
he must have been.
Base is under attack.
I read you. Right away, sir.
Reporting in. Transmit coordinates. Rate the waiting launch orders. Waiting launch orders.
They are
Go ahead.
gradually killing my
Transmit coordinates. Roger.
They're gradually killing my siege tanks off with that bullshit.
Transmit coordinates. Coordinates received.
I read you. Roger that.
I don't know what all these explosions are. They killed. Okay, so they've killed all of my siege tanks
Go
now.
ahead, Commander.
Yes, sir.
They were over at this
Right
base,
away, sir.
Go ahead.
so it's not as
Rate the waiting
defensible
launch
as it might
orders.
look.
Rate the waiting launch orders. Transmit coordinates. Go ahead, Commander. Attack formation. Reporting in.
So 4 more of these guys would be in order. Cloak couldn't hurt, but probably not going to be that useful.
All crews
Go ahead,
reporting.
Commander.
Oh, and I did end up somewhere losing one of my supply depots, so I'm not at full supply anymore, but yeah, oh yeah, this one.
Orders, Captain?
Rate the waiting launch orders. Rate the waiting launch orders.
Is the rate the waiting launch orders? That's what I want to know. Yeah, so, like I said, kind of a nasty fight to stay alive at the beginning. I'm back in BG style. But if you can do that, I should be able to unleash hell here pretty soon.
Good day, Commander.
Standing by.
Job's finished. I read you.
Standing by. Transmit coordinates. Reporting in.
Okay, yeah. I got that ugly sumbitch coming.
All crews reporting. Take it slow. Receiving transmission.
Greetings, Command.
Reporting in.
day, Commander. All crews reporting.
Really not sure. Should I drive into this base, or should I just bypass it and go straight after this Cerebrid? Certainly I'll have time to recover my losses after I take out that Cerebrid or the base. Either one probably will work. We just saved. Let's try this first.
All crews reporting.
This will definitely draw their attention, the guys in that base. And it's all flyers down there because it's like an island, so.
Good day,
Base is
Commander.
under attack.
Yeah, I don't have siege tanks here, so this will be a bit of a struggle.
Receiving transmission. All crews reporting. Receiving transmission. Good day, Commander. Hailing frequencies open. All
Upgrade
crews
complete.
reporting.
No hydras in the way? I'm surprised.
Receiving transmission.
Let's not get distracted by you guys. Let's keep going. You know what?
Good day,
Screw it.
Commander.
Suicide guys.
Your forces are under attack.
86 this Cerebrid. We shouldn't run up against any smacked up Ultralisks anytime soon.
Oh, awesome. And I managed to actually not lose any of them. Just barely. Almost lost two, but they both just barely survived. Excellent.
Receiving transmission. Set a course.
Don't really care about finishing these guys off. I can do that on my leisure now. I want to get these guys back and repaired. Oh, that went nice. That went very good. Probably shouldn't have anywhere near that much trouble with the red one, actually. They're going to have some anti-air stuff once you get to the real base, but I'm not too worried about them. I mean, they're being a nuisance because they're preventing me from moving my guys back and forth easily.
Additional supply depots required.
Oh, I lost supply depots. Oh, check it out. There was a Zerg force getting ready to attack that was prevented. They were killed. Or their Cerebrid was wiped out while they were just getting ready to get down.
Hailing frequencies open. Engage.
I read you. Affirmative.
Hailing frequencies open.
Orders, Captain? Orders received.
Alright, well, we don't really have to... We really don't have very much to worry about at all anymore.
Orders, Captain? Affirmative.
By the time we get that force repaired, it'll be ready to... It'll be capable of dealing with any threats that are left on the map.
Job finished.
Orange could potentially give us trouble. We haven't seen a whole lot out of them. So maybe they've got quite a bit of nasty waiting for us, but we might need to get set for nasty sensation, but no. I think we got it. We can always come down here and take over this base too.
Good day, Commander. Take it slow.
Yes, sir. Roger that. I read you.
Good day, Commander.
Job's finished. Yes, sir. Orders received. Job's finished. Affirmative. Reporting for duty. Affirmative.
Good day, Commander.
Matter of fact, from here... Oh, here come the orange guys. They got... Oh. Infested command centers? I guess they've got infested Terrans, but... Oh, there's the Overmind itself. Yeah, they can't stop us.
Receiving transmission. Make it happen.
Yes, sir. Roger that.
Receiving transmission. Take it slow.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Receiving transmission. Make it happen.
I read you.
Reporting in. Vector locked in. Coordinates received.
Orders, Captain.
Transmit coordinates. Vector locked in.
Orders, Captain.
Yeah, okay.
Receiving transmission. All crews reporting.
Yes, sir.
Hailing frequencies open. Take it slow.
Yes, sir. Greetings, Command.
Hailing frequencies open. All crews reporting.
I read you. Roger that.
Hailing frequencies open. All crews reporting.
Reporting in.
Yeah, okay, so we're just about ready to go finish those guys off. Let's finish those guys off. All that's left is red, and they're, I think, the weakest, actually.
Receiving transmission. Set a course.
Reporting in.
I read you.
Go ahead, Commander.
Transmit orders. Reporting for duty. I read you. Reporting for duty.
So we could take over this island. We don't really see the need. If for some reason I wanted to belabor this mission, I could try to start developing nukes, because I think the red guys are going to actually be pretty vulnerable to that. They'll have overlords, though, and overlords are detectors, so not completely vulnerable, but... Basically, we just have to find the path that leads to... Because a ghost will, of course, be able to sneak around and get to this. A ghost would be able to come up through here, not be detected. Probably get a... Well, no, he'd all these guys walking around would end up seeing him, but... He could certainly nuke around the edges, the perimeter a bit.
Transmit coordinates.
Set a course.
Yeah, I mean, I could get a ton of unit kills and building kills. See, I took out one of these. There's no point. They're not doing anything anymore. I could get a lot of kills by cleaning this map out, but... What's the point, really?
Take it slow.
Same thing here. I could... Slow advance is probably safer, but...
Good day, Commander.
I guess even these are brown. Now we're getting into stuff that's going to fight back.
Your forces are under attack.
What are you heading over here for?
Receiving transmission.
Oh, and you know what? We need to, special mission objective here is, I have to bring a medic to each of the beacons surrounding the Overmind. So I actually need to have 2 more medics.
Captain, we breached the perimeter of the Overmind's nesting area. We can launch the med team at any time, sir.
As you can see, now that they're revealed, there's like lurkers all over the place. It's not that you would ever do this without clearing the defenses, but yeah, medics would be so murdered by all this stuff. I don't even need to take out this last Cerebrid.
Your forces are under attack. Not enough
Good
energy.
day, Commander.
Not enough
All crews
energy.
reporting.
I might end up losing one of them. But I might not,
Your forces
honestly.
are under attack.
Good day,
Go ahead. Sir, this Cerebrid's been whacked. We shouldn't have any more trouble with those sunken colonies.
Nope, didn't lose any of them. Again, came real close to losing 2. But they split their attack.
Did someone page me?
Okay, let's end this.
Right away.
Do I have a, no, I don't have any transports. I had one that was getting ready. Oh, that's fun. They're just like, what were we doing? I don't remember. What were we doing? This was an attempt to distract me from my main mission, of course.
Did someone page me? Stat.
Alright, so, we've won. You can play this one for hours if you want. You can stretch it out and clear the whole map and use up different resource patches and stuff. But basically, the only way I've ever really won this thing, and had it not just be a game where I was intentionally stretching it out longer than it needed to go, was make yourself defensible and then kill until you've got a mass of battlecruisers, and then start taking out Cerebrids. Massed battlecruisers is probably frowned on as being a lazy way to win. It's like, a much more impressive player could do combined arms and whatever, but I mean, this map is built for it. Like, your base is surrounded by invincible sunken colonies. The game is screaming for you to go air. Yeah, it just works really well. So there's a ton of Zerg stuff left on the map. None of it
Need medical attention?
can hurt us, and considering that our real objective is to use these guys as our weapons,
State the nature of your medical emergency. I'm on
makes
the
sense to
job.
leave as many of them as alive as we can.
Where does it hurt?
Captain, the medics are in place and are administering the neurostim treatments to the Overmind.
Why can't the medics get a line here? We're in place and we're administering the neurostim treatments to the Overmind. Awaken, my child, and wait, I'm falling asleep. And that would be the Carrion people. Oh, no.
Excuse me, Admiral, but I'd like to introduce someone to you.
You ran? You son of a bitch. What's the meaning
How
of
the hell
it?
can you ride an Overlord?
Admiral de Gaulle, I've heard a lot about you.
Who
Who the blue hell are you? They don't have very good intelligence on what's happening in this sector.
The Zerg you've killed here, and the Overmind which you've come to collect, are mine. As is our mutual friend, Lieutenant Terran. You see,
I got the receipt.
there are a number of groups in this sector who feel that your involvement here causes certain complications. My associates and I intend to make sure that your reign is short-lived.
You may find that difficult, you abomination.
Although,
Seeing
not as
how I
difficult as it
possess
would
the
be if we
means
were
to
still being
disrupt
controlled by
your
the human
control
player.
of the Zerg.
Ah, you're referring to your vaunted psi disruptor.
Vaunted? Well, thank
It
you.
won't last you forever, Admiral. Sooner or later, I'll destroy it. Then I'll show you what the Zerg are really capable of. Oh, and by the way, Admiral, your friend Stukov was twice the man you are.
I had him, you both, and I'm going to tell you.
Of having to kill him.
Stukov's got the big one. Yeah, Stukov, I don't really get how Stukov is that fantastic, honestly. I mean, he defended the psi emitter and allowed the UED to score its victory. I'll grant you that. That's pretty much the only thing he did. We never played with him as our main character. He just kind of tells the player character, the captain, that the goal is very personable once you get to know him, and then he immediately gets betrayed and killed. The idea that he's this great hero, it's a bit of a stretch. Anyway, folks, alright, that was, in terms of StarCraft 1 and campaign mode, the toughest battle you can ever play is the Terrans, which is one of the reasons why I consider, in those rare occasions when I play multiplayer, the Terrans are my weakest race, because I don't feel like I ever was forced to get very good with them to win the campaign, because I think they just got the easiest overall thing. The Protoss campaign, the original StarCraft, is just really hard at the end. The Zerg campaign that we're about to take on is a freaking nightmare. Terrans never really have it too bad. And for all my bitching and complaining, though, the worst trouble I really ever had with the Terrans was that mission where we're supposed to take out either the missile silos or the fusion react, whatever the heck the power-up things for the battle cruisers are. And a lot of that was my fault. I was trying to rush, and I was trying to do things that I thought would make it go faster, and instead it just made it less effective. If I'd taken over that side base that I kind of saw and didn't want to commit the resources taking out, I should have done that. It would have made things go much easier. Yeah, but anyway, so I won this one. I mean, I'm sure other people could do it faster and more skillfully, but to me, this is kind of the textbook way that I think you're meant to do this one. Make yourself defensible, take over a lot of people advocate completely giving up that second base we had, because we start out with those areas claimed. We just don't have a command center there. A lot of people advocate giving it up completely until you've built yourself up some. But as it happens, we just never really got attacked there. So we never gave it up, but we didn't start collecting resources there until we built it up. All of the siege tanks there were taken out by queens, which is annoying. But, what you gonna do? So, what you do, you weather the storm, weather the initial storm. You do something I almost never bother to do, which is the bunkers, siege tanks behind bunkers, behind supply depots. I almost never actually go to that extreme, but that was really effective against that pterosaur thing. Wouldn't work as well, I don't think, against a human player, because they would control the individual. Well, maybe not, but that thing just starts running around back and forth when it gets hit by siege tank fire, and if it can't find an immediate angle to attack the siege tank, it just doubles back and gets killed, and that worked really well. I've had much more trouble with this mission before. It did take a long time, but I mean, look at how many frickin' Zerg are on the map. I know that we didn't take the time to clear them, but I mean, you've got bases of that size that are sending attack waves. I was pretty much under constant attack in that one. Not as bad as it got in the final mission of StarCraft with the Zerg attacks, although honestly the final mission of StarCraft to me wasn't as bad as a lot of the Protoss on Protoss action. Or even the second to last mission of StarCraft, that got pretty nasty. But anyways, time to shut up and watch the ending. UED has taken over the Overmind using powerful neurostim drugs. For some ungodly reason, the orange team had the biggest resource... Well, not the biggest score, the biggest resources score. I thought for a minute it had the biggest overall score. We had the biggest overall score. Resource-wise, they must have all started off with a huge amount, but as usual, the AI doesn't necessarily spend it. Although the Grendel brood did. They were supposed to be tough because they kept sending that pterosaur, Menosaur, whatever thing after us, but it also... Oh, it's only 118. It didn't take quite as long as I thought it did. Well, I talked a lot at the beginning, sorry. But yeah, no, they were sending air... Yeah, the brown guys, they were... that was always going to be the force I most wanted to get rid of, but they were the ones who were actually sending queens to spawn broodling my siege tanks. They were the ones that were sending Mutalisks and Guardians. They were really the ones who were just pissing me off. Although I guess the orange guys killed more of my guys than I realized. Yeah, the brown guys didn't really kill. Oh no, I'm looking at how many we lost. Yeah, the orange guys didn't kill anybody. Although they were attacking. They must have destroyed a structure. No, they didn't. They were attacking. They had done an airlift right at the very end. They had Zerglings that were attacking something. Yeah, their losses were actually fairly low. Because once I had an air force that I felt comfortable with, and I really should have used defensive matrix on some of the, like, whichever one started taking the first hits, I should have used defensive matrix on it. But yeah, I just, like, all out committed to destroying the Cerebrats without doing any periphery damage first, and yeah, it worked, as it turns out. Yeah, so I really didn't have a very impressive kill score, honestly, but they had a horrible kill score. 14 structures destroyed, most of those destroyed by that one unit, that recurring hero unit. Yeah, so as far as number of kills and stuff, actually quite low, and structures destroyed, very low. Very low considering how long we were going at it. Mostly I was just fighting off some really powerful units, and then eventually I just took out the 3 objectives we needed to win. But like I mentioned way back when we finished the Terran campaign of the original Starcraft, the first plot campaign we finished, my only question when wondering what's my favorite Starcraft ending is it the original Terran or is it the Brood War Terran? Because the Terran endings in the original series blow the other endings out of the water. I'll let you guys decide, folks, as we check out the Brood War ending for the Terrans. Fair and balanced.
Sir! The very mention of this terrifying race once brought fear to all who heard it. But now we can all rest easy, as our own forces now occupy their very homeworld of Char. Months have passed since our initial confrontation with the Zerg, and now Directorate forces have taken control of the planet Char, long since rumored to cradle the malevolent Overmind of the Zerg. The
See, here's a
Overmind
pimple.
itself, an enormous living brain-like entity, dictates control of all the myriad Zerg forces, and it was believed to be planning an invasion of the Earth itself. Once on the offensive, our highly trained Directorate forces were more than a match for the beast-like Zerg. Even their fiercest warrior breed could not defeat the greatest military technology in the galaxy.
I love that.
Forces on Char were completely decimated and their
I think it's
losses were tallied in the millions.
with the numbers moving, I can't count the digits. I think we're into the trillions.
But all wars have casualties, and while Directorate losses were minimal, the fleet's Vice Admiral Stukov gave his life during the final valiant assault on Char.
Because the fleet's admiral was a complete dumbass.
Memorial services were held aboard the Directorate flagship Alexander.
Of all the souls I've met in the cosmos, is this the most human? Yeah, very sad.
Yet his sacrifice was not in vain. The Overmind itself was the prize of the battle. Even now, Directorate psychics and powerful drugs are keeping the creature
Directorate
pacified.
psychics like Gary Spivey.
The Overmind will undergo extensive research to ensure the continued safety of the United Earth Directorate and of all mankind.
It's not really a flag that cries of freedom and peace, is it? Yeah, I'm a little underwhelmed. I remember that being cooler than it was. I think in my mind I played up the World War II Allies on the march, you know, news approach of it. It was still fun though. But there we are, folks. We beat the Protoss campaign, we beat the Terran campaign. All that's left Oh man, you know, I like playing as the Zerg, but I'm not looking forward to it. The final and most difficult campaign of Brood War, a game that, in my own personal opinion, is much more difficult than StarCraft 2, if for anybody who's familiar with StarCraft 2. Harder than StarCraft, but StarCraft is harder than StarCraft 2. StarCraft Brood War a lot harder than StarCraft. We have yet to see what Heart of the Swarm or whatever the Void, the Protoss thing that's coming out for StarCraft 2, and like, which will be released as soon as StarCraft Heart of the Swarm stops selling. As soon as, like, somebody's going to take a look at the balance sheet projections for Blizzard, and when the profit potential is needed, suddenly the Void whatever Protoss thingy will be ready to go. But unless those two are way more difficult than Wings of Liberty was, StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, I'm thinking that we're about to start what is, campaign-wise, the ultimate StarCraft challenge. Don't know when the next video will come out. It might come out with no delay whatsoever, or I might put it off for a while I try to figure out what's going on with the computer. No firm decision has been made yet, but you'll know, well, when you see the next StarCraft Brood War video on the interwebs, ready to go. It'll be time to start the Terran campaign, or the Zerg campaign, or the Zerg campaign next time. I think it's Terran because there's like hot chick, but she's hot insect, whatever the hell chick. And you know, when I say hot chick, I'm using that term pretty loosely. Something additions detected, polyonic symbionts, active circuitry, blah blah, whatever. We'll find out all sorts of neat things about Kerrigan in the next series, folks. But for right now, this is Mysterious JG. Thanking you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.